The first step in creating or editing a report is to navigate to the Reports page in the sidebar menu. Once on the page, you will see a series of available report templates. You can run any of the standard report templates as they are configured and get a lot of value, but they also provide great starting points for you to modify and edit from to get to the perspective that is specific to your interests before saving them for future use. Saved reports can be seen by toggling to the Saved Reports section in the top right corner. You will also see a plus button here if you would like to build a report from scratch. For our example, I'm going to start with a Workgroup Q summary report template. I'm going to change it from showing a multitude of metrics for all of the workgroups in our organization, and I'm going to refine the focus to calls coming in through a single workgroup queue which agents answered them, and the percentage of abandoned calls for which the group is responsible. To edit a report, click on it to navigate to it. If you are merely adjusting the filters that currently apply to the report, you can do so by clicking on them in the Reports Filters area and making any subsequent changes. If you're adding additional filters, click on the Add Filters button to be presented with a list of applicable filters from which to choose. You may also click on the More Options button beside the desired dimension field to which you wish to apply a filter, and select Add Filter from the drop-down menu here. I'm going to change the group filter from All to single out the UT main group. I'm going to click on it in the Filter section, change the filter type to Selected, and then click to select the desired workgroup from the list. Confirm the changes to the filter by clicking Apply. Then click the green bubble with the check to refresh the report with the new filter selection, and we see the report immediately reflect our choices. The Layout panel on the left side is where we can rearrange the reports fields by dragging and dropping them to the desired placement in the columns and rows. This allows us to get different perspectives of the reported data. If you want to add a field such as a value or dimension, we can expand the Fields panel by clicking on it in the top left corner and dragging and dropping the additional dimensions or values into their desired placement in the columns and rows of the Layout panel. Dimensions can be added to the rows and columns, and values can be added into the Values area of the layout. The red and green coloring indicates where you can drop each of the items as well as when dragging a field. A shaded space will present itself to let you know it's a valid place to drop it. I'm going to drag the party name dimension into the rows just below the workgroup name dimension. This way we can see the metrics for each agent that answered the calls that came through the UT main workgroup queue. I am also going to add a value to the report % of calls abandoned so that we can see the percentage of the overall abandoned calls for which the UT main workgroup is responsible. Click on the values in the Fields panel, expand the percentage metrics folder from within the Available Values section, and drag on the value into the Layout section. Place it where you would like it to display on the report, the topmost being the leftmost column and the bottom being the rightmost column. I'm going to place it right beside the count of abandoned calls. To remove a dimension, you can drag it away from the Layout panel and drop it anywhere on the Available Dimensions section of the Fields panel. To remove a value, drag it from the Layout panel and drop it anywhere on the Available Values section of the Field panel. Also, you can quickly do this with the More Options button beside the field. In this example, I'm going to remove the count overflow and interflow values from the report, as we'll assume that I'm not interested in seeing this for my data. Notice that the changes that we are making to the summary report update immediately. For detailed reports, however, apply the desired adjustments and click Run Report to see the changes that you've made. Once you have configured the report to your liking, you may save it by clicking the Save or Save As buttons in the upper right corner of the page. Click Save to update and apply the adjustments to a previously saved report. You'll click Save As to save the report as new. Title it and select a report group that you'll want to see this customized report under, and create your own custom description of the reported data, so that you and others will know the type of insights that can be derived from it. In this case, I'm going to describe this report as calls that came in through the workgroup UT main which agents answered, and the percentage of overall abandoned calls for which the workgroup is responsible.